Ready to deploy downrange.
Secure the objectives. Securing Alpha.
Nomad KIA.
Hi Marshies, it's me Sis, and today we'll be working on a Team JusTus camo. As you can see, I used a different material for it, so it's like reflective on the logo and the writing. So this tutorial is going to be pretty difficult because I basically had to go around the negative space in order to make it look like that, because different materials act differently when you put colors on them and stuff like that. So that was the best way to make the logo pop. Again, things might change once the beta is over and the full game comes out. Alright, so we're going to get started now, and first we're going to set a bunch of like grid marks basically to help you guys out, because like I said, this one is pretty difficult, so you're going to have to follow along pretty closely. Okay, so to do that, we're going to select this half tube and we're going to make it really thin. I'm going to make it like a bluish color just so you guys could see it. Alright, so first I'm going to set all of the vertical lines. We'll start off with this one here. We're going to set it. It's kind of like, if you look at the top screw or bolt or nail, whatever that is, at the top of the gun, it's kind of touching the left edge of it. So let me just make it a little bit thinner. The thinner it is, the more accurate it will be when we're done. Alright, and I'll copy it and paste it. And the next one will be going to the right a little bit. So like pay attention to like that nail. It's basically your little guide when it comes to placing the grid lines. And of course, there's coordinates on the right hand side of the screen for you guys. Alright, I'm going to copy and paste for the next one. This one will be a little bit farther, so the space between the two will be a little bit thicker than the space between the other two. It's kind of hard to explain, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. Again, just pay attention to the coordinates, it helps tremendously. It seems good. And I'll copy that, paste it, and we'll place this one right about there. Alright, and copy, paste. This one, we could look at the other rivets, whatever they are. It's basically touching the left edge of them. So you can like line it up like that. Copy, paste, and this will be going through the rivets. Like so. Alright, I'm going to adjust some of them so the spacing is pretty symmetrical. That seems fine right there, so we'll keep it like that. That should be it for all of the vertical lines, so we'll copy, paste, and turn it 90 degrees. It says rotation 90 right there. And we'll start with the horizontal lines here. So this one goes up to the top. I'm not sure if this one's really necessary, but I used it. I don't know. We'll see. Copy, paste. Alright, so this one will go, and it will line up with the shadow, like that indent in the gun. Basically, place it right above that shadow. Copy, paste. Alright, and then this one will go right onto the part that's like coming out of the gun. So like, there's like a slope right here, and it's coming out right here, and just place it right up there. You could also use those little rivets as a guide. Alright, so we're going to copy and paste. We have about 2 more lines after this, so here's one of them. And I'm going to make it as wide as the 3 or 4 lines right there. And it'll go halfway onto this slope. Alright, and then I'll copy and paste. And this one will go right about here. You could basically form squares within there. It's kind of hard to explain. But you could also like line it up with that line right there. Let me just stretch it out. You can see the separation in the gun right there. Just line it up with that and you should be fine. I actually placed them in the wrong area. Let me just like shimmy them over to the right a little bit. Not too big of a difference here. So, sorry about that. It's just right there. I had to just move it over to the right so it touches the next line over. And you should be good like that. So those are the grid lines. That was difficult enough. But we'll continue and we'll try to make the logo for Team JusTus. Alright, so we'll start off with this shape. I'm gonna flip it. And we'll be using the grid lines here. Also pay attention to like the contours of the gun. It's very helpful. So basically that grid line is just to help where the point is gonna go to. Like it can't go past that grid line. Can't go above it. Alright, and that seems like a good spot to put it, so I'll just move it back behind the grid lines so you can see what's going on. We'll go back to the top here. And we'll select this shape. Swoop. Like from Little Big Planet. Is that cute? Okay, sorry. And I'll skew it so that the curve is a little bit more dramatic. Pay attention to the rivet. I feel like that's really helpful. It's kind of like a different shape for a grid line. Okay, next we're going to use this shape. Flag, no wind. And we're going to line it up with these grid lines here. It'll be the thickness right there. That's what those are for. And we're going to skew it a little bit. Kind of line up the edge with the edge of the first layer that we placed, that curved spike. I'll actually move it over to the left a little bit. And I'll adjust the spike. I feel like that'll make it look a little bit better in the end. So as you can see, I already made this emblem and I'm having trouble duplicating it myself, so I'm sorry for the difficulty, but I feel like in the end it'll pay off and it'll look sweet for you. So I tried my best. I tried my best to make it as easy as possible with these grid lines. Alright, that seems better. I'll just make this go a little bit of a greater curve right there, and I'll make this a little bit larger. Like so. Alright, next shape we'll use the half column. And we'll skew it, and we'll take care of this curved area. Make sure you do not go past this vertical grid line here. Stay within the left area of it. I'm just going to move the stuff down to the bottom. Again, so you guys could still see the grid lines. Alright, next we'll just copy layer 4. Paste it, basically the first layer that we placed. And I'm going to flip it. And we'll add it to the top here. Alright, now we're going to select the half column again. This will be for like the upper part of the helmet. And I'll move it back behind the grid line so you guys could see it, what I did. And I'll place it right there. I'm actually going to make it a little bit thinner, like so. And we could copy that layer, move it to the top here, and we're going to start like filling in this left side. Like so. So basically go up to that next grid line to the right. You can see there's like a tiny dot that bothers me. You're probably going to get one, so if that comes up, just take any shape and block it out. Let me just change the color so I could show you where I'm at. There's that tiny dot. It's blocked right there. Now turn it white. At the end, we're going to turn all of the white layers into a silver, platinum, shiny material, so it'll shine and it's going to look cool. Okay, so I'm going to move these all the way back to the layers in the front so that the grid will go through. Alright, we're going to continue working on this left side. I'm going to select a triangle. And we're going to skew it. First, we're going to set up an angle with this triangle. So it's going to be larger than it should be. Like, it'll be coming out of the logo. But we'll fix that soon. Alright, so pay attention to where the point of the triangle is, like the top of the triangle. It's pointing kind of at the shadow, again, the indent in the gun. And I'm going to shrink it now, but keep it in the same like area. Keep that point right there. But just make sure that it stays within the logo. That basically sets up angles for the helmet. Okay. Next, we're going to select another shape to block in that area. Let's try this broken column. Alright, so just make sure you pay attention to the coordinates and the grid lines here. The bottom of it is reaching the third line, the third vertical line. And we'll set that all the way at the back here. So the left side is almost done. And we'll just have to basically do the same thing on the right side. We won't have to use as many shapes because some of it is cut off. I did that intentionally just to make it a little bit easier, and you could see the logo, you could see like the helmet a little bit more clearly on the gun. Okay, so I'm gonna select some more what are they called? Half columns. And I'm going to kind of curve out this helmet here just to make it look nicer and cleaner. Alright, so now we're going to start on the right side. I'll bring this all the way back to the beginning here. And I'll start copying layers. Copy one of these shapes, 6 or 7, doesn't matter, it's one of the beginning shapes. Paste it. Flip it. And we'll set this up here. That seems like a good angle. Pay attention to the distance from the right side of that shape and the edge of the gun design area. I'll just select another triangle to start the right side of the chin area of that helmet. And I'll skew it, and we'll try to get the angle here. If you want, you can just copy the triangle from the beginning. That might be a little bit easier. Alright, so that looks like the angle that we want, and I'll shrink it and make sure you keep the point where it was originally. And we'll go back and copy layer 4, or that curvy spike wherever you put that layer. Flip it, and just place it on the right hand side like you did on the left. Like so. Alright, next we'll copy the top part of that area. So layer 3. Paste, flip, and we'll just place it up on the right hand side over here, like so. And we'll start blocking out that area with a half column. So flip the one from the beginning. Alright, and I just noticed that I kind of messed up on the top of the helmet. Sorry about that. Let's see if I could find the layer. Okay, I found it right there. Make sure that it goes across an odd number of grid lines. Alright, now things are looking a little bit better. I knew something was a bit off, but I couldn't quite figure out what it was, but I'm glad I found it. So again, I'll fix the sides here once I find the layer. Alright, so that layer I was using to fix the left side of it, we'll just curve it down like so. We'll just copy that right now and put it on the right side. And that's looking nice. It's looking a lot nicer already. I'm going to start moving these behind the grid lines for you guys. Okay, and I'm going to copy this strange shape here, and we're going to block in the right area. Flip, rotate. Alright, I'm going to fix the few layers here. That line is kind of uneven. now things are going to be a lot more easier. We got through the most difficult part, finally. I'm sorry it's so difficult, but I'm trying my best. Here we go. Now we're going to select a square or a rectangle. We're going to skew it so it's really thin. And it'll fit right between these guidelines. And we're going to make it go up to that horizontal guideline right there. Okay, next we're going to select the lampshade. I didn't know they called it that. And we're going to rotate it. And we're going to line up the left side with the guideline. And that left side is going to be as thick as the space between these two horizontal guidelines. Alright, and we're going to copy it and paste it and just rotate it so that we could clean it up right here. Like so. Copy, paste. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. Copy 32, paste, rotate it, and clean up the lines here. And I think we only have one more shape for that logo part. And it's the triangle, and we're going to put it up here to the top left. And now we could break free from these guidelines. So just delete the guidelines and celebrate that you finished that part of the tutorial. I could see some spaces here and there that are not filled. We could just clean those up. You'll see that it'll happen. So don't freak out. We have some room to add some extra layers here and there to fix things up. Okay, so let me just clean this up really quick and we'll continue. Alright, so it's all clean and nice looking now. And we're going to change all of these white layers to a different material. So select it, material picker, and we're going to go to this lighter metal. Alright, so we have it as like that silver material. It looks pretty cool. You can't really see it right now, but don't worry about it. We're going to start with the background of it, and it'll pop, and it'll look kind of 3D. I'm going to add some shadows, some highlights, and it'll literally just give it like a cool 3D effect. Okay, so I'm going to select a circle. And we'll just go to the center of the logo. Which is basically like right on its nose. And we'll just expand it from that area until you reach about this point. And we're going to select the outline. And we'll make that silver as well. Copy it, paste it, turn it black, move it behind 26, and we're going to give it a little bit of a shadow. Copy 25, paste it, turn it white, and we'll give it a highlight, so move it behind 27 and move it to the right. Now I'm going to copy 27, paste it, and we'll fill it so you can see some more detail here. So move it all the way back to the first layer. Color picker. We'll make it a nice shade of blue here. So I'm going to select the darkest shade of blue, and we'll go to the color mixer. And I'm going to add a little bit of green to make it a little bit lighter. So we're going to go up to 10 green. I'm making it lighter so we could start seeing some shadows that I'll be putting on here. Okay, so for the shadows, I'm going to select the half column. We're going to put it up here by the top of the helmet. Skew it a bit, and I'm going to move it behind the silver layers. And we're going to turn it black. Now we're going to go up to the top here, select a flag no wind, flip it, turn it black. And for some reason black does not show up on the metal. So it's kind of helpful this time. Usually it kind of frustrates me, but we could place it right here so it's a nice shadow. Like it's coming up off of the weapon. Alright, next we're going to select a different spike, the Gulf flag. I'm gonna put it to the bottom right of the logo. Skew it a bit. Change the shape to black. Color to black. And place it right there. And I'm gonna copy that and we're gonna place it outside of the circle here too. Alright, now let's go back to layer 22, copy it, paste it. We're gonna I'll turn it white just for now so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna enlarge it, like so, and we'll move it behind that layer. So go to layer 21 and turn it black. Alright, now we're gonna work on the highlights of the helmet icon. So we're going to select this shape right here for all of the straight lines that we could highlight. Make it nice and thin. And just place it on the right side of some of these edges here. Right there. I'm going to place one here. Copy that, paste it, place one right here on the eye area, copy, paste, and the other eye area. Alright, now we're going to select another curved golf flag here. I'm gonna flip it. We're gonna highlight this a little bit here. And move it behind the silver layers. And there's that nice highlight right there. I'm gonna add another thin highlight to the right of this eye here. Like so. Copy that, and we're gonna highlight this area. Alright. And copy, paste. We're gonna highlight the right side of the mouth guard area. Now we're gonna select another flag. Select the golf flag again. And we're going to place it over here on this spike so we could highlight that. Paying attention to the detail here. Like so. Copy that. Paste it, and we're going to put it on the right hand side too. Move it all the way behind the silver. Alright, I'm going to copy layer 5 or any golf flag. Paste it. And we're going to highlight the whole right curve here. Okay, I'm going to select another thin line, and we're going to place it up top here, like so. I'll just copy it, paste it, and we're going to make a little bit of a point. If you look at the logo, you should be able to see what I'm talking about. Alright, now we could work on the whole background of the gun. So we'll select a round square, and we'll just go up to the circle and the left edge of the gun. So right there, and we're gonna go to color picker, and we're gonna have a gradient here. So color 1 is going to be, alright, I changed the blue color to the second blue down actually, so it's a little bit lighter, and that looks good. And we're gonna move this all the way back to layer 1. So as you can see, that makes the logo pop off so much. It looks pretty cool. Now we're going to just add JusTus. And that's going to be really easy. So you got the hardest part of the camo done. So you could relax a little bit. And we'll just add right here. We're going to start with the J to the left of this crevice right there. I'm going to make them a little bit wider, the letters, and we're going to make sure that it fits between this contour right here and that hole. so that's the left side of the gun. For the top, I'm just gonna add, you can just add a design, like any design you want really. I'm gonna turn it blue, a lighter blue, and I'm just gonna select this shape here because I feel like it kind of matches the style. And I'm gonna just turn it silver. I can't do too much detail up on the top of the gun because for some reason it's blurrier than the rest of it and it doesn't allow me to get some great details, so I just select a symbol. Alright, so for the right side, we're going to select this layer 1 here. We're going to copy it, go to the right side and paste, and then just fill out the gun here. And I'm going to flip it so that the gradient is darker on the left side, so it matches the left side of the gun. Now we're just going to write out JusTus in a diagonal. This will definitely give you some room to add some more designs if you want. So this is going to be a trial and error process. Just got to get a good angle. Alright, and we're going to make that silver as well. And we're just going to make this writing kind of pop a little bit. I'm going to make it 3D, so just copy each layer, each letter, and paste it. Alright, and now the first layers will turn black. I'm going to move it down. It's kind of hard to see, so I'll just turn it red for you for now. Alright, now I'm going to turn it black. It's hard to see, but it does help. Alright, and now I'm going to copy the word again, the name. Just do the same thing as you did before. Okay, but this time we're going to turn it white. I'm going to move it up slightly so it gives it a nice highlight. Alright, so you can see it makes it pop. It looks really nice. And that's the gun. Congratulations if you actually got to this point. I understand that it was really hard to get that logo, but I feel like it's worth it in the end, so just give it your best shot. I tried to help with those guidelines. Pay attention to the rotation and the X and Y coordinates. So that's it for today. Coming up, we'll have this Mountain Dew / Doritos camo. So this is definitely one of my favorites. I've been using it a lot. So thank you all for the support. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're new and like this type of video, please subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. Bye! It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I can't find anybody. Where's a human? There's a human. Guys, look it. Guys, look.